Second of all, when I first moved to Colorado, Cory was a great-looking kid with a great-looking game, and now I present to you a husband, a father, and a Colorado Tennis Hall of Famer, Cory Ross.
First of all, Andy, I know you're known for never letting the truth get in the way of a good story. And maybe you were starstruck with Sarah, but I was playing actually with Pete Richmond in that match. Yeah, it wasn't Jennifer, it was Pete Richmond. He's here. And I think we won, right? We won, okay. So, and then also, quick disclaimer, I just apologize up front for the emotions that I was crying watching the video. So for that reason, I decided to make sure that I wrote down what I wanted to say. So here it goes. First of all, I'd obviously like to thank the CTA and the voting committee and Rich Hillway for electing me to the Hall of Fame. I'm honored to be a part of Colorado tennis history and to be alongside the likes of John Benson, Jeff Salzenstein, Jeff Laird, Chad Harris, and others as one of the best players in Colorado tennis history. I'd also like to congratulate my fellow inductees this year. Sarah, a great player, and I remember you from the old Team Colorado, the old days, so congrats to you. Kelly, you're a kind and gentle man who I really got to know James Martinez through his time on the Kent team with my dad. You've done a great job with your grandson there, so congratulations to that. And then obviously Art, you guys will hear more about Art, but just a fixture on the Colorado tennis scene for many years, way before I was even around. So congrats to everybody in my class here. I was thinking about what I wanted to say tonight, and I've got a lot of recognition both tonight and through my career and in the papers and stuff about me, so I thought I'd try to talk more about the people here and who, the contributors that have made this possible. So, first of all, I want to recognize my sister Becky. Right here with the video. You were there on all the long road trips when we were young, and you've had to sit through literally hundreds of tennis matches. I really almost feel like I should be apologizing to you for putting me through all of it, but in the end we bonded, had a lot of fun, and it really brought us closer. So thank you for putting up with all this. Casey, next over here. I really can't believe you're 16 years old already. When you talk about growing up with a tennis racket in your hand, I think Mom took you to the John Cox tournament literally the day after you were born. That also goes for you as well. I see so many great qualities in you. Respectful, humble, hardworking. You're carrying on the roster this year very well. So I really enjoy the time that we play. I enjoy the time in the court together. And the sky's the limit for you, so see how good you can be. I also want to mention my grandparents, Herb and Norma. They couldn't be here tonight. They were crucial to my tennis. They would drive from Indiana, stop in Denver, pick me up, and we'd go to Utah for a tournament every January. Not to mention they were present and cheering for me at basically every tournament that I ever played, all throughout the Midwest and down in Florida. And they wanted to be here tonight, but my grandma was doing well. So I couldn't have done it without them, and I know there's no way that I could have played as many national tournaments as I was able to play along the way if not for them. So I owe a big thanks to them as well. And then next, my parents. I just am really so lucky. You guys, to be the son of 2 teachers. You guys have your own personal mix of competitiveness, kindness, and love, and you both get up to work every day and you really want to make your students' lives better, and I really want to go out from that. So I thank you guys for that. This is the part where I have to read it word for word because I know I'll probably lose it. Dad, my tennis memories start in the King Carroll Ranch days when I was a toddler and you had a lot more hair. I would hang out with you all day, hitting balls or just watching you teach. I just thought this is what everyone did, play tennis all day. Then you moved to Inverness, which was important because of indoor courts. You ran a huge operation there, working 6 days a week, teaching all of your clients, yet still found time to hit with me and found the energy to always be engaged and make it fun, even after you had already taught 8 lessons that day. I've had exposure to other coaches along the way, which only makes me realize how great you were. Teaching your students to think, solve problems, develop patterns, and above all else, always respect your opponent, yourself, and the game. I think it's telling that in all of my successes and wins, you were the most proud when I received the National Sportsmanship Award at the 16s hard courts. Although if I remember, you used to get also pretty fired up when we won some of our father-son state titles. On to high school tennis, you taught me how first to be a good teammate, always dependable and trustworthy, and then you taught me how to be a captain and how to lead others. I carried these lessons directly on to LSU, where I was a captain of a top Division I program. Dad, you taught me how to compete, how to win, how to fight, and how to lose. You taught effort and attitude, and I've heard you say that you're always concerned with the coaching getting in the way of being a parent, but it never did. And now that I'm a parent, I can see why you're always so concerned with that. Together. Thank you for the thousands of hours, millions of balls, and giving me every opportunity. Mom, you always put us, your children, first. Through your example, I've learned to be independent, strong, and honest. You drove me to tournaments all over the U.S. when I was young. One time, we started in Colorado, we stopped in Florida for a tournament, drove up to Maryland, played a tournament, and then drove home. Not only that, you always looked positive during my matches, regardless of how I was doing. And not only now, as I sit next to you when you're watching Casey, do I see that you were just as nervous, excited, and emotional watching as I was out there playing. But whenever I did look over you during the match, especially when I was younger, and just figuring out how to overcome the adversity or whatever was going on, whenever I looked over at you, I always felt like you thought that I could do it, and I could overcome it. So I thank you for that, and if there was a Hall of Fame for tennis moms, I think you'd definitely be first ballot. So thank you. Finally, I want to thank my wife Elizabeth for being the best mixed doubles partner, but also for the fun times we have on the practice courts, getting ready for the tournaments, and all the fun we have every day. You were a great mother to our twins, which, as you can tell from the video, was filmed right after she had our twins over the summer. Anyways, you were a great mother to our twins, and I'm so lucky. So thank you. As I look around the room here, I also want to acknowledge some other people here. First of all, I just want to acknowledge my wife's family and the special relationships that I have with you guys, especially your parents, Chris and Tammy. I really value the relationships we have and all your support of me over the years, and just everybody else that's here on my behalf. Really thank you guys for coming out and being here tonight. And then I guess just in closing, I just wanted to mention that when I think back on all the matches and tournaments I've played, the best times and my greatest memories were really being here in Colorado and playing in the tournaments that they mentioned earlier. I think of the old Gates Tennis Center before the renovation. I think of the Denver Tennis Club where nothing has changed. We all know that. And that's what's great about it. I think about the Elam Placid tournament over in Grand Junction and the good times I had driving over there with my doubles partners and playing in that tournament, and obviously the tournament up in Boulder, rounding out the Grand Slam. Some of these tournaments I'd play 4 events, and a lot of times I'd have 4 matches a day, and I guess I'm just thankful. I always felt a lot of support from the local communities here, and I've always felt like I had good fan support, and I know a lot of you are here in the room tonight, so I thank you for that. I thank you for taking the time to come out and watch me play. And I guess, now I can no longer play 4 matches a day anymore, but I guess I hope that the hard work and the kindness and the lessons that I learned from tennis are still carrying with me, and I hope to pass these lessons along to my kids, so thank you.